Hey guys, what is cracking? It's Krakenation here. I am so excited today because Generation 9 Pokemon just got announced. So this is like high levels of hype. Let me just this camera over. Can I go a little better? A little worse? I don't know. Anyways, guys, Generation 9 Pokemon got announced. So just a heads up. Spoilers, right? So I know some people like to just kind of be mindful of like, I can't imagine you're going to be able to avoid these things forever. So spoilers from this point on, what kind of information's been released so far. I'm going to keep... You have your chance. This is your chance. Click away. Okay, now moving on. All right, so Generation 9 Pokemon is going to announce. If you are here, I'm guessing you all must already know. We've got Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Interesting kind of like combination there of colors. Just not really sure what that is exactly. But anyways, I digress. The most hyped thing is that we have Generation 9 announced, and with it we got our starters. So the new next generation of Pokemon is on the way. It is going to probably come out, I would imagine, November 2022 with what's looking likely right now. Just later in 2022, somewhere between October and December would be the usual timeline for how these games are released. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So Generation 9, obviously Sword and Shield have been around for a little while. We got some DLC updates. We got some Arceus Legends updates actually with this new Pokemon Direct on Pokemon Day. We got the direct announcement about Pokemon Legends Arceus, some new content in those games. Still no online battling to what I'm understanding right now, which is kind of unfortunate, but a couple content updates there. And then also some updates like a few of the other games like Pokemon, like I think Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl seemed like they're getting like a Shaman thing event, and then there's also like some like Pokemon Cafe updates and Pokemon like Unite updates and all those things. We don't care about those quite as much, I think, but you know, just if you're the kind of guy that or kind of player that really likes those games, you know, you must be pretty excited also. But so I have shown it up right now because I just wanted to hide, you know, when I was starting this video about what the big announcements are. We're going to go ahead and hop right into the starters, guys. So Generation 9 starters were announced at the end of the video. So at the end of this Pokemon Direct, which is around 15 minutes, if you haven't watched it, I'll link it down below. At the very end of it, we were able to watch this little like few minute trailer of the game. It was like this police officer like looking around, doing all this stuff. Like he's like not a police officer, like a security guard or something, like going through a facility, and then like all of a sudden stumbles upon this like weird room full of like adventure maps and like kind of like runes and stuff, or I don't know, like things on the wall, like maps and like treasure hunt kind of room vibe, giving me like Indiana Jones vibes. And then we see some clips of like, you know, the region. I think the current reigning theories are that it's based on Spain or Italy or something maybe. We see some clips of this region, them like running around, checking out all this stuff. Looking at all these new Pokemon, or sorry, new scenes with old Pokemon. So there's like Drifloon was in there, and Meowth, and Stonjourner was in there for a sec. So I'm very curious. The thing that trailer leaves me wondering is like, you know, is Dexit going to continue? I have to imagine. Ah, man, it's tough. You know, on one hand, you have like, if they were gonna do it when there were, you know, 800 Pokemon, why aren't they gonna do it or whatever? There's only more Pokemon now, right? So the problem just compounds if that was the problem they were trying to address by Dexit of there being too many Pokemon for one game. But at the same time, that got such an awful backlash. It's hard to imagine that they continue to at least completely neglect those Pokemon. I don't know. Very curious to see how that unfolds. I was just kind of paying attention to like what are we seeing. We're seeing a lot of different Pokemon. Some of which, you know, I was trying to figure out were those Pokemon that were included or not. So I hope Dexit ends. I hope they at least, even if not all Pokemon are catchable in a specific game, I hope there's some way to like have them in the game so that they can be used. I think Dexit was just overall terrible. I think a lot of people's favorite Pokemon just got completely forgotten about in that generation. That was really sad to see. Just because every Pokemon is not necessarily catchable doesn't mean not every Pokemon can be transferred into the game. I think that's a pretty, especially with Pokemon Home and all that. So I think that's a pretty big issue that I had with that. But anyways, I digress. Let's stick on the hype here. Let's talk about the Generation 9 starters. So, taking a look, I'm going to pull this up right here. We got this little graphic here from Twitter. I'm going to do the 3 starters. So we have Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. So let's start with Sprigatito, I guess. Sprigatito is obviously the grass starter, so that is pretty exciting. Looks like it's kind of like dog, wolf, fox thing. So that's probably the direction it's headed. It's gonna be hard to theorize too much based on what these are, which direction they're gonna go. Obviously, you know, you like For a wolf, I can't think of anything that specifically is going to happen to it. I always like to try to guess like if they're going to get additional types, what those additional types are going to be. But in this particular instance, it's hard to tell with this one at least. I just feel like this is a really hard like mon to read. The wolf could be like a normal type. That's kind of lame. We've never seen a starter gain the normal type, so that would be kind of unprecedented and also kind of lame, I think. I don't know. I could easily imagine maybe like going like a dark type or something. You know, like kind of this dark wolf, maybe like a. It's like wolves like nocturnal or all they howl at the moon and stuff. So maybe there's like a dark synergy there. I guess ghost kind of in that similar vein, maybe unlikely. Trying to like look at like other cues maybe we get from this Pokemon. I guess the pink eyes could indicate some kind of like psychic thing, but that seems like a very large stretch. But overall, I think a really cool design. I'd say this is, for me, if I ordered the 3 starters, this would be the middle one. So I think it's my second favorite, let's call it. I really like the design here. I think it's going to has a lot of potential. Actually, when I was a little kid, I used to make my own starters, and I actually had I always made a lot of wolf starters because I felt like wolf Pokemon were not like super explored to like Lichen Rock. So it was always cool to like have this wolf started. So now it's kind of come to fruition. Look at that. There's actually a wolf type starter thing. Or a little puppy right now at least. But yeah, it looks kind of more like a fox, I guess, to be fair. But I think it's going to become some kind of wolf type thing would be my guess. Very curious. You know, obviously sometimes these things are pretty hard to figure out where they're headed. You know, you start with one thing and you end up completely somewhere different. So you never know for sure. But this is definitely a pretty cool design here, really cute. I'm really a fan. I think this is an awesome grass starter. And it's rare that I like the grass starters. Usually the grass starters are my least favorite, historically. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Taking a look at Fuecoco, we got the fire type starter, obviously. Probably my least favorite, if I'm being honest, but it's kind of a cool thing here where it's got this kind of like dinosaur thing. It's actually not a bad. I don't hate it, and I feel like it's got a lot of potential. Competitively, I'm gonna imagine that this line is gonna be a little bit slower, a little bulky attacker, a little vibes giving me. Obviously, this kind of looks like a dinosaur, right? So you gotta imagine like, okay, what do dinosaurs usually do in Pokemon? A lot of them are like dragon types. Think about like Tyrantrum or something. Not always. You have things like Rampardos, Tyranitardes, like Godzilla-ish Pokemon that are not dragon type. So obviously that is not the case. But will this Pokemon maybe gain the rock type? I feel like its skull kind of has like maybe Cubone vibe almost. I don't know. I could easily imagine it gaining the rock type, the ground type, or the dragon type. Obviously it's a lizard dinosaur thing, so maybe it gains the dragon type. It's pretty cool. I'm curious to see where it goes. I imagine the speed's out going to be pretty slow. It does not look like it's going anywhere very quickly. But I am pretty interested to see this one. Fuecoco is also a pretty cool name. It's like Fuego. I like that. But I think this one's. I'm very curious. You know what these little fire. I don't know what even they are. Little hair tufts on the top of its head are. I think this is a really cool one. Yeah, like I said, it's got this like skull thing going on where like part of its skull is like where its eyes are is like kind of exposed or like an extra shell or something. Maybe I don't know. So that makes me feel like maybe a rock type or a ground type. Thinking about like something like Cubone, yeah. Overall though, definitely a pretty cool design. I'd say my least favorite of the 3, but I would give this let's give Sprigatito a I don't know, like a 7 out of 10. I think it's a 5 out of 10, where I'm not disappointed, but I'm not like killing it either. Still pretty excited about this one. Don't want to, but then I think this my favorite of the 3, and I'm a water type starter kind of guy. You guys may already know that. Quaxly is dope. This thing looks hella nice. This thing looks professional. It is ready to go to work. This is a duck with a plan. A duck that means business. I'm about it. If you don't know, Krakenation's favorite animal is the duck. Little known fact. If you are on my Discord, you'll see that. Join my Discord, by the way. But if you're on my Discord channel, you'll see that my profile picture is a duck, and my nickname is Krakenation. Big fan of the duck. Duck's my favorite animal. So you know when the water type starter that I always pick the water type anyways, is a duck. You know that's it. That's chef kiss. So this Pokemon looks awesome. I also just really like the design in general. It looks like kind of like proud and like ready to like get to work. Like I don't know. It's kind of giving me that vibe of like go get her done. I'm pretty amped about that. It's weirdly got like this like W, Wario, but maybe that's stands for water. But I think the funny thing that I heard was like it's a Wario duck, which is pretty funny. But I really like the design here, actually. I think this is probably my favorite. I'll give this one a 9 out of 10. I'm really into maybe a 10 out of 10 because it's a duck, and that's amazing. I'm actually super excited about this. 10 out of 10 is reserved for Mudkip, so this is a 9 out of 10. But This is a pretty awesome start. I'm really excited for this one. Quaxly's a pretty cool name, actually. Quaxly, I like that. So I'm pretty exhilarated about this one. And I gotta imagine it's gonna turn into a water flying type, right? Which is not a bad typing. We've had some defensive chops. We haven't seen a lot of good water flying types, to be fair. I mean, Gyarados is the one that comes to mind as the most competitively viable, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. That's a pretty good typing. Makes you rocks weak, but heavy duty boots exists now. So, you know, we also have like things like Swanna is pretty bad, Mantine's pretty good. So, you know, I'm just kind of in between this where it lands. Obviously, there's a lot of factors to be determined. If it's not a water flying type, I can't imagine a lot of other types that would be very likely. You know, like it's a duck, like thing's gonna fly. You know, so that's my analysis on Quaxly. And guys, those are my thoughts on these 3 starters as a whole. Let's go back and take a look at all 3 of them in the same shot here. There we go. So those are my thoughts. We got Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I'm pretty hyped. I'm gonna be doing as these more information comes out. I'll be doing videos, just doing some quick analysis on that. Trying to do some other videos as well about what I'm hoping to see in Generation 9, things like that. Can get pretty excited about it here. Let me know what you guys think of these stars. What do you guys think of Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly? Let me know in the comment section down below, or what you guys want to see in Generation 9. What your thoughts were on the Pokemon Direct, all that good stuff. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Krakenation out.